Hey folks, and all be all here, and we're back with week three this time of Grand Arena. We are undefeated so far in the season. We've had a good run, and this opponent is actually the best one for this week. On week three, of all the opponents that I have in my group, Super Herb is has got the most lifetime banners, about 942k lifetime banners. He's from the guild Mustafa Mining Company. Has reached Caber rank 193 before, so he has had a lot of success in GAC. Pretty efficient player when the time is right. And if you take a look at his defense over here, 757, which is relatively high, definitely more than average. So can go defensive heavy when needed. Needed to be deliberate about how I attempt my strategy versus this opponent. In terms of the characters. He's got his 6-star Piet executor, so I'm sure I'm going to see that on defense. And GLs, he's got four GLs just like me, and in fact the same four GLs that I have. He doesn't have Sith Eternal, and I don't have that one as well. So when I was making my strategy for my opponent, um, you have to see your opponent's main weak points. Sith Eternal is great against the Jedi GLs and versus Rey as well. So when you see that your opponent, like in this particular case, does not have Sith Eternal, I was very tempted to put either Rey or my own one of my Jedi GLs on defense, either Jedi Master Kenobi or Jedi Master Luke. But then, he might keep his own Rey or Jedi Master Kenobi on defense. So I needed an answer to that. And Supreme Leader Kylo doesn't really do well against those guys, or he'll give very low banners against Rey, and they do pretty badly otherwise. So, and I've seen from my opponent's history, he does keep a lot of Rey and JMK on defense. Mostly either one of them. Very rarely he keeps both of them, but he almost always keeps Jedi Master Luke and Supreme Leader Kylo on offense. So I decided to, given that he does not have Sith Eternal, I decided to keep my own Jedi Master Luke on defense because without Sith Eternal, that guy can get pretty tricky. It'll force my opponent to use Jedi Master Kenobi because apart from Jedi Master Kenobi, he really doesn't have any other good counter to Jedi Master Luke. If he had a better Jedi Master Luke, which was faster than mine and who had his ultimate, maybe he could have mirrored it. But as you can see over here, my opponent does not have an ultimate Jedi Master Luke. So I felt if I kept my own Jedi Master Luke right in the front, that would give my opponent some amount of trouble. So that's what I decided to do. You can see over here he's got the executor 6-star. 6-star, I felt I could take my own malevolence against it, and that's what I would do if I see it on defense. So my own defense, what I did was I kept Gas, I kept Darth Revan. Those two are almost staple for me in defense. And then I kept my Jedi Master Luke on defense right up front. And I decided not to keep B Jedi with them. I decided to, get really tricky with the Jedi. So I kept Grandmaster Yoda, who's great under Jedi Master Luke, takes tons of turns, spread foresight, and with all the bonus turns that he takes, he can call Jedi Master Luke. He can use the lead ability quite frequently. I've got JKR in there, who's got the Savior. So in order to go around it, you have to kill JKR first. That means you have to go around Jedi Master Luke. And I've got Jolie in there who can revive JKR if he gets taken out first, and who can also revive Jedi Master Luke. So, you can't really, gun down Jedi Master Luke right in the beginning because there's two forms of savior out there. There's Jedi Master, Jedi Knight Revan's savior, and then there's Jolie who's going to be reviving as well. So it's going to be a while, like especially if he mirrors it, it's going to be a while to take this down. And all the time, my team is building up its ultimate. So I felt this would really trip my opponent up, given the lack of Sith Eternal that he has. So I saw over here that my opponent, this has taken out my gas. He got about 52 banners against that, which means since his own, CLS is on defense, I knew that he had taken his own gas against it as a mirror. 52, it basically screams that it's a gas mirror because Fives has died, you lose 3 banners. The other 4 are without protection, you lose another 4 banners, and maybe another clone is without health. So that's 8 banners lost to give you the 52. So it's very high likelihood that he used his own gas in a mirror. So I'm confident that I'm not going to see a gas in his defense. So that much information I was able to gather from his gas battle. And then at the back, I decided since my opponent keeps one at the max 2 GLs on defense, I decided to save my own Jedi Master Kenobi and Rey on offense to be able to mirror his GLs. And then I decided to keep my own SLKR on defense at the back, just in case he was able to make through the JML. I wanted to make sure that he does not clear. So there's my own SLKR at the back with the Padme and a Finn team as well. Padme is, yeah, I mean, it's a tricky version of Padme. There's no snips in there, but there is Barriss, there is Kenobi, there is Jedi Knight Anakin. So, it'll require something heavy to take it out. And then up top, I kept my Maul and Treya team. That's been doing well for me. Kept my BAM team, my General Grievous with Newt, and then JTR with the heroes. That's done pretty well for me as well. And at the back, this seems to be the most popular combination for people who have the Executor. They keep their Executor on defense, and they keep the Empire fleet, either Tarkin or Chimera, and then they take both of their get 2 fleets on offense. That's what I've done as well because I want to be able to full clear. My Malevolence should be able to take care of his Chimera, his Executor if it's there on defense, and then my Negotiator can handle any other fleet, including a Negotiator or Malevolence if he decides to keep one of those on defense as well. So let's take a look at what my opponent has kept on defense. So he's kept 2 GLs on defense. There's 1 GL up top. There's a Rey with a couple of tanks and a couple of damage dealers. Um, Luckily, it's at the top, so we can decide a little later what to take against it. And he's got a few other weak teams. There's Heroes under Finn, but I don't know why he didn't keep JTR over there. He's got JTR, but under Finn. JTR lead, in my opinion, is way better, especially if you've got BB-8 in there and the Hero brothers. But for whatever reason, he's kept Finn in there, and he's never kept this team in the past, so he's probably trying to do something to trip me up. He's kept his Mon Mothma, which I've always seen on defense. He's kept his Dooku. Also, I've always seen that on defense. He usually keeps it with Spy and GBA, but he's got Wampa and Django in there. And that's at the top. And then at the zone down south, he's kept his other GL, which is Jedi Master Kenobi. And I've seen him keep either Rey or Kenobi on defense, but very rarely both. But in this case, he has kept Jedi Master Kenobi, and he's kept a good version of Jedi Master Kenobi. He's got Cat in there, he's got Snips, he's got GK, and he's got Cam. So a couple of good damage dealers, 3 attackers in total, and he's got the best version of the tank out there. So he's trying his best to stop me at the bottom zone. I think he's probably hoping that I keep my own JMK on defense, and I won't be able to clear the front zone. And then he's got 2 other tough teams. He's got his CLS, and then he's got his Darth Revan. So let's go ahead and get started with the battles. I think I want to do the Jedi Master Kenobi battle first, or no, the Darth Revan. Yeah, I think I go with the Darth Revan battle first. And I've got my troopers. They're not very highly relicked up. 3 of them are G12, but I've got relics where it matters, which is Dark Trooper. And I haven't got them too highly relicked up, maybe just R5 or so, but that's more than enough to get the job done against any Darth Revan squad. So you just have to ensure that you're faster than them. So the first thing that you need to do is take out Sith Marauder. Avoid doing the bonus ability with Range Trooper because HK is there with his Zeta. Avoid doing any AoEs. So I take out HK and then go after Basti. Now I can do my bonus protection up thing. One quick assist, Basti is gone. And now what I like to do is I like to take out Revan next. A lot of people like to go for Malak, but I don't like any of my troopers feared while Revan is still on the board. So I like to save Malak for the end. And here I've got a couple of characters who feared, but my R5 Dark Trooper is more than enough to get the job completed for a cool 60 banners. So that team was taken care of, no problems. And then now I decide to go after, it's the CLS squad. So I was thinking of taking my Jedi Knight Luke in against it, but I knew that my opponent did not have gas, so I could afford to mirror the CLS. And the mirror is a pretty straightforward battle. You have to stun you have to first make sure that your own Han is faster, and you have to stun the enemy Chewie to prevent all those assists, and then take him out as soon as you can. So even though he was stunned, I decided to take him out because I like a sure thing. And then you work on the other Chewie, 3PO and Chewie. Stun him, control him whatever way you can, and then take him out. I apply blind over here, which is great. And then decide to do the AoE and take out Chupio. And then since I've got the assist ability here, I decide to take out Han. And now it's just a question of getting rid of Commander Luke. So ended up with about 59 banners, which is a really great outcome for a CLS mirror. Typically, those tend to be 55 banners or so. And then I decided to take my own Jedi Master Kenobi against the enemy Kenobi. Again, another mirror. And here, if you notice, the tanks are going to get demolished any case. I could have taken Mace, but there's a certain pleasure you get in exchanging your enemy's R8 General Kenobi versus your Gear 4 Jedi Knight Guardian. It gives me a thrill. So, the ultimate result of the battle is the same. You exchange tanks and then you go hard after Cat. And then once you get rid of Cat, then you go after Snips and take care of it. So I've done this thousands of times in the arena every single day during the climb. So no stranger to this battle. I don't know why I targeted Snips over there though, but here we go. We exchange tanks, and now I need to take care of Snips as soon as possible. What I like to do is in order to reach my ultimate first, I target Kenobi himself on his special ability so that his ultimate ability gets filled up faster. And I'm going hard after Cat over here, applying armor shred, and Cam is doing a great job in chewing through this team. It's a pure mirror. It's exactly the same team that he has, I've got as well. Typically, it's gas in the arena, but with Cam, there's just so much more damage which gets done. And there we go. Before the enemy has reached his ultimate, I have managed to take out the enemy Cat, which is a great outcome. Now the battle is very much under control. At this stage, I decide to go after Ahsoka and take her out, just because she keeps assisting and dispelling the buffs and all that. So that's what I'm doing over here, just saving my big hit until the bonus protection is gone so that I can crit. And there you go. Um, Ahsoka is gone as well with a big crit from Cam, and now I just need to take care of Cam, and then it's just going to be a lone Kenobi. There you go. No more bonus protection. Now I'll be able to crit him. And one big hit from Cat. Wasn't able to crit him, but was able to take him down. Now only Kenobi left. Now we need to make sure that we maximize our banners over here. So whatever chance I get, I need to make sure I have full protection. There I go. Go and do that ability, reset Cat's cooldowns, heal everyone up, apply Shien again, and it's a straightforward battle from here. Apply healing immunity, and we still have 3 minutes left, so we are in a pretty good position. And there we go. One big hit, 260k, and Kenobi is taken out. So mirror is really the best option. If you see that your opponent has Kenobi and Cat, I would hesitate putting my own Kenobi and Cat on defense. I like to keep it on offense just for that flexibility that you see over here, just in case your opponent tries to bamboozle you on that. So that was a good outcome. 57 banners is the best you can expect. Another thing that you can do is take in, if you want more banners, if you're really, really desperate for banners, you can take in your R2D2 in there if you know that your Cat is faster than the enemy Cat, and then with your Shien pass turn over to R2D2 so that he hides everyone except for your Jedi Master Kenobi, and then Cat ends up wasting her big Force Leap ability on a GL, and you still end up with 5 characters. So that's one way to get around it, but it breaks up my JTR squad, so I don't really like that. So Nothing much at the back. It's mostly cheese. So my opponent probably did not expect me to reach the back. He's never kept some of these teams before. It's for the first time I'm seeing troopers on defense, even though it's only G12. It's a pretty fast Gideon, I think about 325 or something like that. So with Veer's lead, it's about 345. So I can't take that team lightly because once troopers get going, they can demolish things in their path. But the other two teams are very weak teams, so I can save all of this zone for the end and see what we have in the top. So now, obviously, the toughest team left is the Ray. So I decided to mirror the Ray. Given the whole landscape, I feel that I can afford to use my Bad Batch over here. I have enough teams to clear the rest of the zones. So this is something I've been doing a lot, Ray with Bad Batch in mirrors. And this is the third time I'm doing it. And spoiler alert, I win this match as well. And 59 again over here. The last three times that I've tried this, I've always got 59 banners against all versions of Ray. There's, Ray with heroes, Ray with three tanks, Ray with, with L3 in there as well. I haven't tried a version with Ray with Cat, but I have a feeling that it might work as well, especially if your own Echo is faster than the enemy Cat. Let's see if I get a chance to try it in future battles. But what I really like about this team is you have a very good chance of ending with full health and full protection on all the clones, and with full protection on Ray. So you only end with 59 banners mostly. And the fact that there's so much of protection recovery in this team means that Wrecker is always able to get back to full health and full protection, even though he eats a few ultimates. The clones around him, the Bad Batch around him, always makes him regain back to full health and full protection. So that's always a good thing about this team. And there's so much of control over here with all the days and stuns and all that. These guys have got the enemy barely gets to move. The only person in the enemy team who really gets to take a turn is Rey, and all she does is whirlwind and ultimate. And as long as four of your clones are around, the ultimate is not going to do much damage. And as long as you do a decent job of topping up. Echo, no, not Echo, the Wrecker, then you will end up with pretty much full health and full protection. So you can see over here, my Wrecker has not yet gone into damage immunity. He has managed to survive a few whirlwinds from Ray, and he's already back to full health and bonus protection, which is great. This team has got amazing survivability and amazing recovery. And very few teams can actually manage decent banners against Ray. Even if you take in any other Ray mirror, you're going to end up with one or two characters getting whirlwinded. You go with Jedi Master Kenobi, you can probably end with 60 banners. But unless Ray decides to whirlwind one of your tanks, you can very high likelihood you'll end with 57 banners over there. With Jedi Master Kenobi, your Kenobi is taking all the your Jedi Master Luke. Your Luke is the tank. He's taking all the hits, but you'll probably lose protection on all of your surrounding characters, and it's very difficult to regain protection. So that's a 55 banner match as well. But this particular version of mirror match ensures you 59 banners against Ray, which is a real outcome, which is a real good outcome. You do end up wasting your Bad Batch team because they can take out Grievous on their own. In this particular case, I didn't see Grievous on defense, so it's a pretty no-brainer for me to use Bad Batch with Ray. So if you can afford your Bad Batch with Ray, then it's a great team to have. And you don't even need all of your Bad Batch relicked up. In fact, I've got R0 on 3 of my Bad Batch characters. Only Wrecker is at R3. It's not much of a relic investment. These guys are pretty sturdy on their own. So got about a minute and a half left, so I'm just waiting to get to my own ultimate. You can see over here there's tons of bonus protection over here, so the ultimate just bounces off us with no problem at all. Now it's just a question of, see, all these guys still have bonus protection. Now it's just a question of us ending with our own ultimate, and then we will finish off the enemy Ray. Still a minute left, so plenty of time, so I'm slow playing this. There we go. We go into our ultimate, and whenever we come out, the enemy Ray is going to get taken out. I'm just doing some basics. And there we go. So, Wrecker by himself is extremely tanky, but there are a couple of other things which make him even more tanky. He gets his unique gives him extra protection and health with all the other Bad Batch characters around. Dre's leadership gives him another, I think, 30 or 40% extra health just because of her leadership. And then translation gives him an additional 30% health, max health. So Wrecker's health is through the roof. That's why it's so difficult to take him out in this particular team. Even offense modded Rays have a lot of problem getting through Wrecker over there. All right. Now, did take a little bit of a pause, and my opponent did manage to go, but he did struggle a little bit on my. Let me actually rewind that. So my opponent did manage to go while I took the pause, and he did lose a battle on my JMK. So that was really good to see. So I was confident that my opponent took his own JMK in the mirror. Probably wouldn't have tried SLKR because that's a suicide mission. But non-ultimate JMK versus an ultimate JMK, and mine was faster and modded for potency, so it's a no-brainer. I think even if he took his best Jedi with him, he might have even taken Watt with him to avoid the ability block on his own JMK. All of that would have probably ended it with without a good result. So, plus the fact is that during the this attack phase, we did have that bug going around with JML's leadership, which doubled his damage from his lead ability. So that also, I believe, helped me out quite a lot in keeping my Jedi Master Luke on defense. I almost never keep him on defense, and I just happened to keep him on the defense the one day that the JML bug happened to come around. So I was pretty much happy with this result, and I knew that he probably wouldn't have anything else left to clear it. He must have taken his own best Jedi team against that and failed. And over here at the top, my opponent did get a couple of battles against the BAM squad, but otherwise he one-shot everything else. And he hadn't gone against the ships yet, so I decided to go ahead and clear the rest of the board, and then put a little extra pressure on my opponent, especially if I'm able to clear the board. So now I decide to take the next toughest team, which is the Finn squad. It's really not that scary. I mean, a few of those characters are fast, but I've got faster characters. I've got my um, yeah, they did manage to take a turn. I think BB-8 was, I think, 305 speed or something like that. But no worries. I mean, there's plenty of time. My Shakti is pretty fast, so I'm able to get the Hero's Arise ability and stun everyone to keep them under control. And then I just start taking out all the characters one by one. Old Ben is great in there for additional turn meter generation, or whenever any Jedi ally gets hit, um, Old Ben gets turn meter as well. And now that I've reduced everyone's speed down to Luke's speed, it's really not much of an issue. So I heal up over here, and yeah, try to. It's a very easy battle to control, even with the extra defense these guys have under Finn's lead. Um, they really melt under Luke lead, so it's no problem at all. There you go. Another ability block applied over there. Finn is gone, and now it's just a question of getting rid of Ray or JTR. And with this, I think yep, this one takes care of it. So JKL is a great squad by itself. It can take care of some really tough squads, and end with decent banners. The Heroes Arise ability recovers banners for all of your team, so it's always a good team to have in the pocket if you want to put pressure on your opponents by getting good banners against tough teams. All right, now I decided to go against the Mon Mothma team, and I decided to use my Wampa against it for the extra offense versus Rebels. And I take my Stormtrooper Hound Watt combination. Those guys are great against Mon Mothma, Geos, those kind of squads which have multiple paper cut kind of hits. Stormtrooper Han has got multiple ways of recovering protection. There's Kira's lead, there's his own unique, there's Watt who's given him tank tech. So tons of ways of recovering protection. I ideally like Vandor in here as well, but my Vandor is on defense with BAM. So otherwise, instead of Lando, Vandor is the one who's usually over there. So, since I've got weapons tech on Wampa, one good thing is at least, he's going to prevent the revive. So even though the ignoring defense thing is not there, you can, really use Watt in these kind of teams which revive a lot, like Night Sisters or Mon Mothma, and you can reliably end with you can reliably control the battle because all these guys who die at Wampa's hands, they're not going to get revived anymore. So we've got a couple of characters who are already dead, and I think Mon Mothma tried to revive someone, but they weren't able to get revived. So um, that's the great thing about taking Watt in here. Watt is his usefulness has gone down quite a lot recently because of the no ignoring defense thing. But with Wampa, with the Separatists, I think he still does a very decent job. I should actually start using him with Separatists more because I think he'll do a decent job with Grievous on defense. Just need to because I've modded my ward for tons of health, and he converts 30% of his health into protection for the Separatist squad. So that is something which can really make them tough to take out. If you're not using a meta team like Gas or Bad Batch or something like that, if you go with Night Sisters or Jedi Knight Revan, it can struggle if you've got a good Watt in there. All right, so 59 banners over there, a little bit of protection missing on Watt, but everyone else recovered thanks to Kira's lead. And then we've got the Dooku squad, and for this I decided to take my bounty hunters with R8 Boba Fett. Man, he's so amazing in this team. They call so many assists, and just watch these guys disappear right in front of in Boba's big hits just on basics. So with a typical Aura team, what you need is a really fast Bosk and Grief, and with the first mass assist of Grief, L3 got taken out, so great outcome. And with the second mass assist of Grief, Wampa almost got taken out. And now I decide to use Django's or Boba's big hit and take out Wampa. And then with Mando, I was able to take out Django, even though he was in damage immunity. So great outcome. I was able to finish off the enemy team before they even got a chance to move. So that's the kind of control that you can get with the Aura team. Really, really good. All right. Now let's take a look at what ships we have. Let's see if my opponent has kept the Executor versus me or not. Um, all right. So there you can see my opponent did keep his Executor 6-star on defense. Instead of the Xanadu Blood, he has kept the um, IG-88 ship. And this means that the Xanadu Blood is going to come in as a reinforcement and give retribution to everyone. So no debuffs are going to stick on Houndstooth. And he's going to be cleansing a lot. And all the characters, since they're going to have retribution, they're going to be applying target lock a lot. So this might make it a little more tricky with the Malevolence counter. But let's see. Let's see. We have no choice. We have to do the Malevolence counter over here. All right. Let's clear off the character zone first before we do the ships. So I decide to take against the troopers, I decide to take my own Empire squad with EP lead for the turn meter generation and Vader in there. And then I've got my own Gideon. My own Gideon is pretty fast, about 20-30 speed faster than their own Gideon, even with the speed bump. So I felt, it'll be a easy enough job for me to control the battle once I reduce everyone's turn meter. So that's what I do over here. I think there's a little bit of a delay over here while the battle loads. Yeah, I was wondering over here at this point whether my app crashed, but I think it's just a little bit of a delay. All right. So the first things first, I need to take out Gideon. So I go after him and reduce everyone's turn meter, apply debuffs with Force Crush because I am going to get turn meter based on EP's lead. And then I go into Merciless and start wrecking these guys because all of them are G12, so they don't stand a chance against Vader. Especially with his basic, it does tons and tons of damage. There goes Veers, and now it's just a question of taking care of Dark Trooper. I probably didn't need half these characters, but that's fine. I've got these characters, so might as well use them. Um, it guarantees you a 60. I probably didn't need TFP or Thrawn in there, but that's fine. All right. I always like a sure win. I don't like going undersized or trying to pinch banners here and there, especially when I know that just full clearing is going to get me the victory. No point trying to pinch banners or doing something silly. All right, now the other squads, I use my Mando squad over here. I haven't used this in a while, and I've got an R7 Django or R5 Django um, who I have not used as much. He usually tends to go under Separatists in 3v3s, and in 5v5s, I sometimes use him under Dooku or Newt, but I decided to keep him on offense this time and use him with Bo-Katan. This team is amazing. It's pretty good actually. It's got great protection recovery, great banner recovery, great ability to do damage. That mass attack from that armorer calls in. It deletes characters, especially if you've got a fast armorer. You can get rid of someone right at the beginning. It's pretty amazing. And over here, none of my characters are relicked up except for Django. Everyone else is, well, Bo-Katan is relicked up as well because of the requirements, but everyone else is G12. And Sabine is G11, in fact, I think. But these guys still do a decent enough job of surviving and yeah, and recovering protection. So at this stage, when only Rolo is left, I just do the taunt ability on everyone, and then here assist with everyone towards the end to recover protection on everyone. And I think a little bit of protection was missing on Armorer and Sabine, but that's fine. All right, now the final team is a pretty weak team. There's the vets in there, so they will get a little pissed off if you kill the leader or themselves. But there's not much of a problem with Mon Mothma. I outspeed all of them, and here the way that you handle it is you kill the vets first, and then you kill the rest of the squads. And you need to target vet smuggler Han with non-attack abilities, just so that he doesn't counter you, because he does have increased counter chance when the more you attack him. So if you use an attack ability on him, he will counter you back, and you might lose banners or get staggered. But in this case, Pow's ability that doesn't do damage at all. You can use that to call him, Biston's special. First special also doesn't do any damage. All of Mon Mothma's abilities don't do damage, so you can use those to target characters who counter, um, like um, like your Vet Han over there. Now I've taken care of both the vets. Now it's just a question of getting taking care of the other characters, and then we're good. I could have probably even kept it on auto, but yeah, that's okay. So yeah, this battle is taken care of. We're within a minute we have taken care of the whole team. That's what I love about this team. I've never really felt the need to gear up any of these characters any further than they already are, just because these guys are such a great control team. They don't allow the enemy team to take a single turn. So especially if you take it against the right team, these guys do a really amazing job. All right. And then now that we've got our final battles done, let's go ahead and take care of the ship battles. So let's take in our malevolence against the enemy executor. And a lot of people have been having a lot of success with the TIE fighter, Imperial TIE fighter approach to the malevolence to the executive battle. So you take in your regular separatist squad, your Hyena bomber and your vulture droid, and you take in your Imperial TIE fighter. And the main approach or the main strategy over here is you need to have a race to the ultimate. You need to get your ultimate before the enemy gets his ultimate. So you've got your Imperial TIE fighter in there because the more he dodges, you get 25% turn meter for each dodge that the enemy does. It's doubled for Empire capital ships, but since Grievous is not Empire, you get 25% turn meter. And you get to go pretty often the more he dodges. So that's one advantage. Secondly, the second thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that your Vulture droid dies fast, and then you use as many specials as you can with Grievous, so that the more Vulture droids that die, the summoned Vulture droids, the more turn meter your Grievous gets, and the faster you can reach to your ultimate. Then what you also need to do is you need to call in Spy first, and hopefully the force taunt will land on one of the weaker characters that you can shoot down almost immediately. And then for the second reinforcement, you should call your Eben Hawk, because what that does is it dispels all target locks on you, and it gives your team chaff, so that additional target locks will not be applied, and then the enemy's ultimate is delayed as well. Plus, there's an additional benefit that Ebenhawk gives is when he comes in, he dispels all the buffs on everyone, and then he's got an ability to apply buff immunity potentially on the enemy Houndstooth. So that's the sequence of events. Let's see how this battle goes. It's only a 6-star. It's not a 7-star, so the Houndstooth won't be as tanky, and the damages won't do as the assists won't do as much damage. So with this, I use a special ability on Houndstooth, and you see over here my TIE fighter pilot got dodged, so I get it turned right away. Now, typically I do the AoE, but here because I had debuffs on my hyena, I cleanse them with my capital ship. And now I decide to go after IG-88. I do a big hit, and I'm able to take him down with the mass assist, which is a great outcome because if you need to take down enemy ships one by one, because even if you decide to go in for a cleanup, the lesser ships that are on the field, the easier the cleanup gets for you. So whatever opportunity you get, take out the enemy fleet. So now this is what I was afraid of. The Xanadu blood comes and gives retribution to everyone. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to get in spy and hope that the mark lands on the force taunt lands on one of the weaker characters. So it did not land on the RC, landed on the Xanadu blood Cad Bane's ship. So I need to take it out as soon as I can. Unfortunately, over here my Hyena bomber died, which is not a good outcome, but at least I was able to take out the Xanadu blood as well. My own Imperial TIE fighter is gone, but the enemy ship is down by 2. There's no Xanadu blood, and there's no IG-11 ship as well. Now, there's no point doing, landing um, buzz droids, because he's going to cleanse because he's got retribution. So this is a slightly trickier comp, but I'm just biding my time trying to make sure that my own vulture droids die so that my own ships get turn meter. Now I bring in the Eben Hawk, and then all the target lock is dispelled, and I've got chaff on all my allies. Then I start targeting the Mandalorian ship because I need to exhaust his savior and get him into his second life, and then start taking him down as soon as I can. So you can see over here, no target locks are landing, which is great. So even though over here he does retribution, there's no target lock which lands over here. Another vulture droid gone, which means more turn meter on my capital ship. And again, no target locks on my ship, so that is great. Able to take down a Boba's ship as well, which is again another great outcome. So that's 2 ships down, and that's 3 ships down, and then the Razor Crest is already down to his last life. Now all we need to do is we've reached our ultimate before the enemy has reached his ultimate. That's great. We have managed to stun the enemy ship, and we still have enough ships over here to be able to get this fleet down. So now I call the Sunfac ship, I think, because you can land a stun on the enemy and call everyone to assist. And now over here, there's only one ship left, and with a spy, I'm able to gun him down and end with 53 banners. So very low banners, but at least it was a one shot, which is more or less the par for the course. If you one shot the enemy Razor Crest, you'll typically end with 50 to 55 banners. So it was expected. I would be happy even with a double shot, because I did manage to take 2, 3 ships out pretty early. So it would have been an easy cleanup even if I had to take my rebels in or something like that. So pretty happy with that. I definitely prefer the Imperial TIE Fighter method to the burner method. I would use the burner method only if you are sure that your enemy has dropped a few battles and you can afford the losses. Anyway, this is a pretty simple battle. It's negotiator versus an Empire fleet. There's really nothing much to talk about in this battle. What I try to do over here is Sith Marauder's ship is a little irritating, so I try to take it out as soon as I can. So I targeted him with the mass assist, and then I do with this AoE from Annie, I'm able to take him out. And now I just bring in my Plo. I probably didn't even need the other reinforcements. I brought in my Plo cleanse everyone, give everyone turn meter, and take them out one by one. And now with this final shot, TIE fighter is out as well, and I end with 67. So pretty straightforward battle there. So we end with a total of 2658. We did manage to one-shot my opponent's board with a pretty decent score, and my opponent has already dropped two battles, and it's probably not going to clear my front bottom zone as well. So um, that one was left standing till the end. He didn't attempt my Darth Revan, didn't attempt any more battles on my Jedi Master Luke. He did manage to clear my ship zone. He did one shot my Empire fleet and got three battles against my Executor. So he did manage to get it down eventually, but did take him a few battles. So pretty good outcome. Two zones my opponent was able to clear. And this was a good opponent. I think it's definitely the best opponent in my group, 950k lifetime banners. The other opponents are a few with lesser lifetime banners, but they've got a good rosters. I've got another one with a 7-star Executor, another guy with decent mods and decent lifetime banners. So I think I'm in for a good match for the next couple of matches. But yep, just wanted to get this particular match out, the video out, just because it was a good player and he kept a decent defense. There were a couple of good teams over here. All right, that's it for today's battle. Hope you guys are enjoying your GACs. I will catch you guys in my next video. Until then, take care and happy gaming.